Hey YouTube, Josh here. It's been a minute. We've had a little bit of a fast forward into fall/winter in western New York. It's officially cold. I don't think you can see my breath, but we have a little bit of snow. Car season's probably over. Everything's packed up and put away. But it takes me to a thought of what we do in the winter around here. It's too cold to play with your car. It's too cold to ride the motorcycle. But it's time to work in the garage and get stuff done. So I went shopping today, and I have something in the truck, and I figured it'd be a good time to pop a video out of a what's in the truck. And it pertains to working in western New York in the winter. So let's go take a look. First off, that's in the truck. That's my that's what I've been doing a little bit lately while it gets cold, as we do some mountain biking. Good time of year because the ground freezes up and you can just tote along and not get all muddy. But today, what's in the truck? Yeah, what is that? That looks like a portable propane convection heater. So the barn, which I haven't done the story on yet, I had built this year, is pretty big. It's 32 by 48. It's not insulated. I do have a vapor barrier on the roof. At some point, I'm probably going to build a tool crib that will be heated, and probably a wood-burning stove at some point. But for now, it's freaking cold. It's warmer than it is outside, which is cool, but it's not warm enough to, like, you know, really work on shit without freezing your ass off. The garage is a little bit of a mess. We had a flood in the basement recently, which led me to emptying out some of my stuff that needs to get worked on this year, and some antique bikes to hang in the barn as decoration. So basically all the project stuff is now in the barn. We can do a quick little scan. I did my snowblower engine swap because of this. Yeah, that was my snowblower last year that decided to throw a rod through the side of the block. So I swapped one off of a free snowblower that supposedly ran. It didn't run, but with the grace of God and my my own two hands, I was able to get started and swap out the parts needed. Can you see that? That's caused by ethanol. But I got that swapped out, got it running. I got a four-wheeler on the rack now. That's getting tires and bearings and brakes and wiring and some other shit. We got an old three-wheeler that's gonna get freshened up. We got my KX 125 that's gonna get new rubber. Probably I don't know, clean the carb, make sure it runs. It's got a leak in the gas tank. I gotta figure out where it is and fix it. We are storing my dad's Harley. We've got some antiques that are going on the wall. That's like a post-war Shelby bicycle. We've got a couple tandems and some other antique bikes, but whatever. That's not what we're here for today. I'm gonna put this heater together. I'm gonna take a picture of the thermostat or the thermometer on the wall and my clock, and then we're gonna do a fast forward and see what kind of heat this thing puts out. So hold out a minute. I'm gonna unbox this thing and put it together, and we'll see what it does. All right, so far I got a small bottle hooked up, the hose is hooked up, and I squirted some soapy water on the connections just to make sure that we weren't going to start a fire and blow myself up. So I'm not going to read the manual, but I can pretty much guess. There's a valve on here that says low and light. There's a button that says safety valve something, and a red igniter. So I'm going to assume you turn this thing on, you hold the red button, and you clicky 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 till it goes poof. So I guess we're just going to go ahead and start this thing. I'm going to put the camera down for a second. Hopefully we don't blow up, because I don't think my hands are big enough to hit every button on here at the same time. Actually, they might. Hang on. Let's find out. It's on. It is 10:48. The temperature in here currently is cold. That's what it is. It's cold. It's literally right on the freezing mark, which takes me to wonder if I should drain the antifreeze out of Horse with No Name, because I think it's just water. I guess we'll find out. I'll drain it today probably, just to be safe. I'm gonna let this thing crank for like 10 minutes, and we'll come back and see if it gets any warmer. All right. So let's see what goes on. All right. Well, it's been a couple minutes. It's 11:07. We're at 50. I don't know, 52-ish, 54. It is a little warmer in here. I don't see my breath, and it is more comfortable. I was able to take off my coat. I think it works pretty good. I may try to put down a like a drop cloth, just to see if I can keep a heating in one bay, a little less propane use. But for now it works. That's pretty cool. It looks like the heat is pretty much where it's at for today. As I said, it's in the 50s. It's pretty comfy. I can wear a hoodie. Hands aren't really cold, but whatever, it's winter. Anyway, so what we're gonna do today is, I've got this big wall, and I got this pile of antique bicycles. Started thinking about it, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to hang 2 of the tandems up there. And the easiest way I can come up with is, I've got some leftover lumber from the construction. So I've got a 2x4 that's roughly 16 foot long. So it'll actually hit the span between 3 of these beams. So I can just screw it to that. I've got some hooks, and I did a little rough measuring. I'm just gonna snag the frames here, and then again up in here. And I'm basically just gonna screw it together, get the hooks in, get it level, get it mounted. I'm gonna try to hang one end of a bike, crawl up on a ladder, hang the other end, and then when it's done, I'll show it off. So let's see what we can get done in a short amount of time. All right. So the hooks worked out pretty good. Measuring was a little off. One of the bikes has got these huge ape hangers on it, and it hit the wall of the barn, so I had to be a little creative and bend the hooks around a little bit, but I got it all up there. Tandems are funny. They're iconic because everybody knows what a tandem is, but most people really have never probably ridden one or know anything about them. They're heavy, they're super hard to store, so you can usually pick them up pretty cheap because nobody wants to hang on to them forever. And they're neat, they're old. The one with the shorter bars, that guy, actually has a 2-speed rear hub that you pedal backwards like you're gonna hit your pedal brake, and it clicks into an easier gear, and then you pedal, and then you click it back a little bit, and then it clicks into a harder gear, and then you pedal along and you click it backwards, and it clicks into an easier gear again. Super cool. They came on a lot of tandems, but people really don't ever look at tandems for those hubs. Be kind of neat to build a fixie kind of bike out of it, but for now I just keep it on the tandem. Looks cool. We take them out on the 4th of July and tool around with the kids. But project done. Alright, what's next? We got to move some cars around. My daily truck has some clapped out rear control arms. And that's got to get worked on, so I got to make some room in here. We're going to push some cars around. Let's see how far we get with that. We got to basically make room for one more car so I can do some work on it. So I think we're going to scoot the Mustang over about 4 feet, scoot the Maverick over about 4 feet. That should give me about 10 feet in the middle to squeeze a car in, nose first, and then work on the ass end. So let's see if I can push these cars around by hand. All right, and let's see how far we get. Okay. So it's been about 30-40 minutes. I got a ton of stuff moved around. I was able to scoot the Harley closer to the Yamaha, move stuff that way, get the Maverick that way, get the Fox that way, and I think I made enough room. I should be able to fit the Ridgeline kind of right between them. I made the barn, when we built the barn, I wanted it deep enough that I could almost, fit 2 cars deep wide if they were short enough. And I could probably just about do that with the hatch and maybe the Maverick because it's pretty short. It's funny, when I first wrote all this down, we put cones out in the yard and we moved cars around to try to figure out where to put them. And the original plan was to put 4 cars across that side. But then I totally forgot about the fact you need like tire machine, workbenches, shelves, and stuff. So, and you gotta be able to get in and out of the cars. So it works pretty good having the 3 there. I got enough room to get in next to them to move stuff around. But I also got room for pretty much 3 more cars right in the open area here. I could probably fit the Ridgeline if I tucked it in. I wasn't going to work on it, but because I got to work on it, I'm going to pull it in about halfway. I'll leave the back end out and then be able to jack it up, take the control arms off, and do anything I got to do to the rear end while I'm at it. So, yeah, worked out pretty good. Didn't spend a lot of time down here, but I'm kind of hungry. I want to go eat some food. Dog's is looking really bored, so I'm probably going to get to the Ridgeline tomorrow. I'll post a video or maybe just some clips or a video and a bunch of clips of just swapping out the upper control arms. They're kind of neat. I'm not going to tell you about them until I show it to you. We'll do a what's in the bag or box or whatever because they're pretty cool. I'm a little psyched, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. Until then, it's Saturday. It's Veterans Day, so everybody's closed. Do a big shout out to people that served our country and the ones that lost their freedoms so we could have ours. So happy Veterans Day, and get out in the garage, go make something, make cool shit, and we'll see you later. Adios.